The Young and the Restless spoilers, Adam's stunning confession. Christian learns Nick isn't his biological dad? The Young and the Restless spoilers indicate that Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, could spill the truth to Christian Newman, last played by Alex Wilson, about being his biological father. This secret has remained hidden for many years, and it sounds like this bombshell is about to explode very soon. The Young and the Restless spoilers note that Christian has been raised believing that Sage Newman, Kelly Sullivan, and Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, are his biological parents. Unfortunately, longtime fans know that is not the truth. When Christian was born in 2015, Dr. Sandy Anderson, Elizabeth Bogush, had him switched and told Nick and Sage their baby had passed away. The child was given to Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, and Dylan McVoy, Steve Burton. After Christian was thought to be dead, it was revealed that Christian was not Nick's child but rather Adam's. Sharon eventually learned Christian was not hers after Sage's untimely death, and months of keeping the secret meant that truth would surface as well. Adam was presumed dead. However, when he returned to Genoa City in 2019, he initially fought for custody until she realized that Christian was better off staying with Nick. Fast forward, and Christian is now a teenager driving and missing Nick like crazy as the man is in rehab. Nick had recently asked Adam to step in and help look over the young man. As Nick is trying to get his life back on track and kick his pill-popping addiction, it's easy to see that Christian and Adam will continue to forge a bond in Nick's absence at the rehab facility. Could Adam end up spilling the beans? What if Nick falls off the wagon again? Nick and Adam are finally as close as two brothers could be. But if Nick continues to put drugs before his loved ones, especially Christian, Adam may feel as if the boy deserves to learn the truth. Adam may also want to make up for lost time. Then again, the truth could come out by accident, or if Christian overhears something. But all the arrows are pointing toward this years-long secret finally coming out. Genoa City may be heading toward another explosive Newman family secret, and this time, Christian Newman could be at the center of it. The Young and the Restless spoilers suggest Adam Newman may be dangerously close to telling Christian the truth about his paternity. A revelation that could completely change the teenager's relationship with Nick Newman. The possibility is especially explosive because this is not a brand new secret. Christian's complicated parentage has been part of the Newman family's history for years. Although Nick raised Christian as his son, Adam is actually his biological father. The truth eventually came out after Sage's death, leaving Nick devastated and Adam facing a complicated question about what role he should play in his son's life. Now, with Christian older and Nick struggling with addiction, the emotional stakes are higher than ever. Adam and Christian are growing closer. Recent spoilers have placed Adam in a more active role in Christian's life. Nick has been in rehab while trying to regain control of his addiction, and Adam has been spending more time with Christian. That arrangement may seem harmless on the surface, but it creates the perfect circumstances for an old secret to become impossible to contain. Christian is no longer a little boy who can simply be protected from complicated family truths. He is a teenager who can understand betrayal, abandonment, identity, and biological connections. If Adam decides Christian deserves the truth, there may be no easy way to tell him. And Adam knows better than almost anyone how painful it can be to discover that the story you've been told about your family isn't the whole truth. Could Adam finally say it? The biggest question is whether Adam would actually sit down with Christian and say the words that could destroy the Newman family's fragile balance. I'm your biological father. For years, Adam has had reasons to remain silent. Nick was the father Christian knew. He was the man who raised him, protected him, and gave him stability. Even when Adam had a biological claim, taking that role away from Nick would have been complicated. But circumstances have changed. Nick is currently battling addiction, and Christian is old enough to notice that something is wrong. If Christian begins questioning why his father is in rehab or why Adam has suddenly become such a major presence in his life, Adam could find himself trapped. One emotional conversation could be all it takes. And according to current speculation, Adam may believe Christian has reached an age where he deserves to know the truth. Nick's addiction could change everything. Nick's struggle could become the catalyst for the paternity bombshell. If Christian sees Nick struggling and begins wondering whether his father can truly be there for him, Adam may feel an even stronger responsibility toward his biological son. That doesn't necessarily mean Adam wants to replace Nick. In fact, Adam could insist that he isn't trying to take Nick's place. He may simply want Christian to know where he came from. But teenagers don't always hear complicated explanations the way adults intend them. Christian could hear one thing above everything else. Nick isn't my biological father, Adam is. That realization could leave him questioning his entire childhood. Christian could feel betrayed by everyone. The most heartbreaking part of this storyline wouldn't necessarily be Christian's reaction to Adam. It could be his reaction to everyone else. Christian could wonder why Nick didn't tell him. Why did Sharon know? Why did Adam remain silent? How long have the adults around him known the truth? Even though the adults may have believed they were protecting him, Christian could see the situation differently. He might feel that his entire identity was built around a lie, and that could lead to a confrontation with Nick that neither father is prepared to handle. Imagine Christian visiting Nick in rehab and asking the question directly, "Did you know Adam was my father?" Nick would have few places to hide. The answer could unleash years of buried resentment between his own regrets. Adam's confession could also force him to confront his own past. He has spent years knowing that Christian is his son while watching Nick raise him. There were undoubtedly moments when Adam wanted more, but he also understood that Christian's emotional attachment to Nick mattered. Now that Christian is older, Adam may wonder whether remaining silent was actually the right decision. Perhaps Adam has convinced himself that he was protecting Christian. Perhaps he was protecting Nick. Or perhaps Adam was protecting himself from another painful rejection. After all, telling Christian the truth does not guarantee that Christian will suddenly embrace Adam as his father. The teenager could just as easily become furious with him for waiting so long. That uncertainty could make Adam hesitate until the last possible moment. What if Christian finds out by accident? A confession isn't necessarily the only way this secret could explode. Soap operas thrive on overheard conversations, misplaced documents, and accidental discoveries. Christian could overhear Adam and another Newman discussing his paternity. He could discover an old medical record. Someone could mention Sage. Or Sharon could become involved after realizing that Adam is considering telling Christian. If Christian discovers the truth himself, the fallout could be even worse. Instead of hearing the news from someone he trusts, he would learn that the adults around him had been keeping a massive secret. That could make Christian question everyone. Nikki already has reasons to worry. Nikki Newman may also recognize the danger. Current spoilers indicate Nikki could be concerned about Adam spending so much time with Christian precisely because she knows Adam is Christian's biological father. Nikki may fear that Adam is getting emotionally attached and could eventually cross a line. Her concern could lead to a confrontation with Adam. She might warn him that Christian doesn't need another upheaval while Nick is trying to recover. Adam, however, could argue that Christian deserves honesty. That would create a fascinating moral battle. Is keeping a painful secret really protection? Or is it simply delaying an inevitable explosion? A new Newman family war? If Christian learns the truth, the consequences could reach far beyond Adam and Nick. Sharon could become involved because she played a major role in Christian's early life. Nikki and Victor could have strong opinions. Chelsea could worry about Adam's emotional state. Even other Newman family members could be forced to choose sides. Most importantly, Christian's relationship with both brothers could change forever. He may ultimately decide that Nick is still his dad because Nick raised him. Biology doesn't automatically erase years of love and memories. But knowing Adam is his biological father could create a completely different bond. And Adam may finally get the opportunity he has wanted for years, a real relationship with his son. The biggest twist may still be ahead. The most compelling possibility is that Adam doesn't initially plan to reveal anything. He may simply want to support Christian while Nick is in rehab. But as the two grow closer, Christian could begin asking questions that Adam cannot comfortably answer. Eventually, Adam may realize that every conversation is bringing them closer to the inevitable. And when the truth finally comes out, it could be one of the most emotional Newman family confrontations in years. For Christian, the revelation would not simply be about biology. It would be about identity, trust, and the meaning of family. For Nick, it could reopen one of the deepest wounds of his life. And for Adam, it could be the moment when he finally stops being the secret father and starts becoming Christian's father in every sense of the word.